Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Thursday, July 2nd, 2020. Today is the final trading day of the week because of the 4th of July holiday, so I hope everybody is going to have a good, fun, and safe holiday. We're also in the final hour of the trading day, which is my preferred time to make my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades. I mention this because during the day, you have the algorithms, day traders, they are in control of the prices during the day. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they take control away from the day traders and algorithms. As a matter of fact, most large financial institutions turn off their algorithms in the last hour of the day because they know that the large financial institutions are going to overpower them with their buying and selling decisions. So that is why I like to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trade at the end of the day. I consider the large financial institutions smart money, and I like to follow their lead. So I also have some day trades today that I'm going to show you. A little bit of a mixed bag, but profitable on the day nonetheless. So happy for that. So listen, thank you all for coming. I always appreciate having you here, spending your time here, investing your time. I hope it is helping and paying off for you as far as learning some good trading principles and so forth. All right, let's see. We have Kamal here. Hey, Kamal, good to see you, my friend. Always nice chatting with Kamal during the day on Skype. Quad Racer is here. Good afternoon, Greg and group. Hey, Quad, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Evan is also here. Hi, Evan. Good to see you. Always nice to have Evan. So, all right. Well, listen, pretty big day up today. Dow is up 253 points, up 0.98%. The NASDAQ is up 112.98 points, up over 1%, 1.11%, and the S&P is up 32.55, up 1.04, and the IWM is up about 0.37%. So, all right, well, here is the plan for today. First of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them moving forward. After that, I'm going to go through my day trades and explain why I took them, when I got in, and when I got out, and why I got out. After that, we are going to go down through the list on the board. Several of you have been kind enough to share your trades with me, so we're going to go down, take a look, and see how some of those are doing. Some of those are doing really well today. After that, we are going to spend a few minutes talking about trader psychology, my favorite part of the program, because it really is the most important part. Dealing with emotions, fear, greed, but it really all comes down to just sticking with your trading plan. And that's the key to success, everybody. It's as simple as that, sticking with your trading plan. Putting together a trading plan, not that hard. It's not that difficult, but sticking with it, that's the difficult part. It's just like with the diet. Okay, I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to eat better food. It's easy. It is proven to work. No doubt about that. It is proven. But can you do it? See, that's the key. And the same applies to trading. So we're going to talk about that. After that, gone down through the watch list, and then also with the help of Kamal's scanner today, I've gone through, found about 10 possible candidates for the end of the day. Before I take a new trade, I have 3 requirements. Requirement number 1, look for a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up like MACD, RSI, ATR channels, V1s, V2 entries. I consider all these indicators different groups of buyers. And I want to have as many groups of buyers coming together on as many different time frames as possible. That's the key. Requirement number 2, look for a good risk to reward ratio. Make sure that if you are risking $100, you can make at least 200 or more to the upside. It's very important that you have asymmetrical risk, more to the upside than to the downside. That's the key really the key for profitable trading. And the number three, just please make sure you don't have too many positions. Make sure that you do not have too many correlated positions. Do not have too much account heat on the table. Me personally, even if I have completely diversified positions, I'm not going to I'm not going to put at risk more than 60% in any of my positions total. All right. If at the end of the day I go down through the candidates, I'm going to go through them with a fine-tooth comb. If something looks good, if something looks like it has a good risk to reward ratio, like it has good confluence or combination of indicators lining up, I will go ahead, take the trade near the end of the day. And then after the market closes, if anybody has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer. If you'd like me to take a look at any stocks, please let me know. Happy to look at those for you, give you my humble opinion. If there's any stocks you'd like me to look at before the market closes, I'm happy to do that. Just please put a star by it, or an asterisk, or an emoji, so that I know it's time sensitive. And then after the market closes, if you have any updates for me as far as your current positions, if you have any additions or subtractions, please go ahead and notify me after the market's closed, so the heat's off of me, and I'm not up against the clock, and that way I can make sure I get them all correct. All right, so that's the plan. Hold tight, please, for about 40 seconds, and I'll be right back after the legal disclaimer. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Okay, Dan is here. Hey, how you doing, Dan? Nice to have you. Thank you so much for coming. All right, well, here we go. Let's start with my current lineup, see how they're doing, and we'll get on with it. All right, world famous SPY trade. Real quick, I know you get tired of me talking about this, but in case we have some new viewers, want to go over this quickly. I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk, and I sell it first thing the next morning. And I do this based upon a back-tested study from Liz Ann Saunders. She's at Bespoke Invest on Twitter. The back test testing every single day since 1993. First approach, buy the SPY at the open, hold through the day, sell at the close. If you use this approach every day since 1993, you've actually returned a negative 13.9% return for all of your work and troubles. And, you know, the market has obviously gone up since 1993, but this really points out that the increase didn't come from the day, it came from nighttime. It came from taking the overnight risk. So the second option that they test was buying the SPY at the close, holding it overnight, take the overnight risk, selling first thing the next morning. This approach returns 634.2%, positive 634.2. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. That's true for any trading approach. Nothing is ever guaranteed, but if I'm going to allocate money towards a trade, I'm going to allocate it towards something that has an edge, something that has a good back-tested approach. The blue line you can see is the buy in the evening, sell the next morning. Over time, all it has done is gone up. There's ups and downs, significant downs for a couple years, year and a half, right? So I just look at this as like I'm buying and holding the S&P for years and years and years, but I'm holding it over during the overnight time, not during the daytime. And I do position size conservatively. I take my maximum risk and I divide it by 2 ATRs, and that tells me how many shares to buy at the close. So I will be buying that at the close again today. This was a really nice example of a great overnight trade here for sure. I bought yesterday at 310.52 and sold today at 314.24. So not quite 4 points, but pretty close just the overnight. So anyway, very, very happy with that. That was a nice overnight trade. I will be buying this again today. Mount Doji, buddy, what's happening? Good to see you. Nice to have you back. Thank you so much. USO. All right. Well, USO is up 1.34% today, which is pretty nice. I did buy this on the weekly. So this is a much longer term trade. I bought it a couple weeks ago on the 19th of June. We had a V1. We also had an under 30, over 30. Bought it here at 28.25. Right now it's 28.74. So it is in the money. See the orange triangle here? This is another confirming signal. Last week we went above and then closed below this bar, which is bearish, but then this bar now is able to go above this bar, which turns something bearish into positive. So it is up 5% for the week. I'm not up 5%, but I am up on the trades. So looks like I won't have to be doing anything with USO today. Just let it do its thing. Merck. Okay, I did buy Merck yesterday. This is a little different move that I made here, but I bought it because we went under 50, over 50 on the RSI, which is positive. Closed above the 50-day moving average. Also took out this previous high. This high is called a fractal. A fractal is any time you have a high with two lower highs to the left and two lower highs to the right. I also like that it came from a higher low situation and it happened in the value zone. Bought it here at 78.21. Hit my first profit target today at $79 even, and it is up 1.28%. So did trigger a 520 crossover today, which is not a good back tested approach for Merck, but it is confirming. Listen, anytime you're in a trade and you have crossover, to me, that's a positive because that does bring buyers in at the end of the day if they're end of day crossover buyers. So anyway, really glad to hit the one profit target here and up nicely. And then gold. All right, I bought gold a while ago, back here on the 10th of June with the 520 crossover. About half of my shares at the end of the day here. Was a little extended. I wanted to see if we'd get a little bit of a pullback, which we did. I bought my second half here, gave me an average price of 162.78 with the 520 crossover, and it has just gone up and up and up and up and up. I phased out every time it goes up a certain amount. I did take off a quarter of my position here back on the 30th when we rejected that third ATR channel. I took, whatever I had left, I took a quarter left of that. Yesterday, it looked like I might be stopped out, but it closed above the previous day's low. Today opened lower. No profit targets, but it is up. So anyway, all the positions up today. Very, very thankful for that. All right, let's get on to day trades. My new segment, I suppose. All right, real quick. Where's my first trade? All right, first trade was a 5-minute bar on Apple. We washed out these previous lows. We also had a nice V1 bullish engulfing, closed above the 50. I bought it here at, boy, I have to get a little confused with my lines here. Yeah, okay, it's a green line. I bought it at 366.61 and it moved up and up and up and up and up and up, and then it moved more than one ATR for my entry, and I got out here with a close below the previous low. So got in at 366.61, got out at 366.94. All right, then I took a short position. Do you see how this low is, or this high is lower than this high? This is a lower high with a V1, with a big bar, with a lot of volume. I shorted it here at 367.16. It immediately went against me, and I was like, that's what I get for shorting in the value zone. But my stop was halfway the washout bar here. It was just a one-day wonder, and then it just went down, 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 down. I did cover my position intra-bar, had this big down bar, and I was on Skype with Kamal at the moment, and I was like, this is enough. It's a big bar, and got out here at 366.61. So I shorted at 367.16, got out at 366. Oops. Oh, 58. Then, really nice setup to the long side happened again. False breakout from the downside, bullish engulfing V1, just like the first one I had. Tried to go up 5-10 minutes later. I had to stop out here with the close below the 100 and the close below halfway. So I got in here at 366.72 and got out at 366.61. So I only lost 11 cents on that one, but all in all, 2 winning trades, 1 losing trade. All right, and then IWM. First trade was back here, bullish engulfing, false breakout to the downside. Close back over the negative third ATR channel and the 200-day moving average. Got it here intrabar 142.51. Went up, 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 and then the close of this bar here closed below the 50. So I got in at 142.51 and I got out at 143.27. Then we had a false breakout here, had a V1, and immediately went my way. Went down, recovered, closed over halfway of my washout bar, but then the next one went against me. So I got in at 142.98, got out at 142.55. So lost 13 cents there. But all in all, I'll tell you what, I made a mistake here. I was looking for a short here. See how we had a washout, false breakout to the upside, and we had a V1. I went to short this right here. I looked at my screen. I was like, why don't I have my short trade on IWM? And I had something else in the queue, so I shorted something else by mistake instead of shorting IWM. And then, boom, it went down. That's what happens. Note to everybody and to myself, take an extra 2 seconds to make sure everything looks correct in your trading platform before you hit the button. I have many stories I can tell you about that. But as it turns out, I did short some Merck, and then when I realized that there was a really small profit, so I covered it. So that's good, I suppose. So that's it. All pretty good trades today, day trades and regular trades. Okay, let's see. I said hello to Mount Doji. Good to see you, Mount Doji. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Kamal wants to look at PCG. Oh man, Pacific Gas and Electric, that's a scary one. I don't think I'd get too excited about this. I mean, yes, we did go under 30, over 30. We're at a 39.70 RSI. We're right up against the 10-day moving average. We're still in the range of this really big down bar. In my opinion, this is more of just a bounce move. Let's look at the week. V1 on the weekly. I mean, it's okay, but I just think there's a lot better. I mean, this is such a strong down move. You expect a little bit of a dead cat bounce, and it's right there at that. I mean, if it was at 32 or something, it would make more sense because the risk to reward would be better. But you have the 10, you have the -1, you have the 20, you have a lot of resistance above you in a very strong down move. And I mean, I'm not saying, might not go up another day, but to play the trade out completely, I just don't think the risk to reward makes sense. David, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Looking forward to our lesson tomorrow. Hey, Frank, good to see you, my friend. Frank has a poem for us. It's a 2-blocker. Is it better to be lucky than smart, or can you still pick a stock by tossing a dart? It's really elementary to find a good entry right from the start. Just do it with logic, a system and sense. It makes trading better and so much less tense. Huh. That's so good. I'll tell you what, in order for Frank to be able to write these poems, he has to have a deep understanding of the perils and all the issues, psychological issues that go on with trading. Frank, you have got to know these by heart from at a deep level to write these great poems. Let's write it one more time. Is it better to be lucky than smart? Or can you still pick a stock by tossing a dart? It's really elementary to find a good entry right from the start. Just do it with logic, a system and sense. It makes trading better and so much less tense. Wow. Triple A on that. That is a blue ribbon poem in my opinion. Thank you, Frank. Excellent. I always appreciate your effort. I really, really do. That seems like the hardest thing in the world. I guess it's not for you, but I guess to me it seems like very difficult. And it has to be somewhat difficult. But you crank them out every day. Unbelievable. Thanks again. Hey, Glenn. Good to see you, bud. You have some good positions going. We'll check those out. Karen is here. Hi, Karen. Nice to have you, ma'am. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you had a good Canada day. Quad says PCG recently restructured their company and did just get out of bankruptcy. I am thinking of taking a conservative position and seeing what happens. Okay. Well, look, we all can do whatever we want to do, right? I guess I'm just trying to talk from a technical standpoint. Fundamentally, I have no idea what's going on with the company. But it's just such a strong down move. The only signal you really have is an under 30, over 30, but it comes at such a high price up here. You know, you've got almost 9 points to the downside for your risk, and you know, realistically, what is your reward? At the very best, I think it's 1-to-1. Frank says, thanks, Greg. It's a pleasure to contribute to a great channel. Thank you, man. I mean, I feel so lucky, seriously, that you post these in here every day. I mean, they're educational, they're spot on, and I really do appreciate the contribution. I really, really do. Thank you so much. Zach, hey, good to see you, Zach. Hope you're doing well, bud. Hello, Greg. Just got back in from a week-long vacation. Missed hearing from everyone in here. Oh, good. I hope you had a good vacation. That sounds good. Hope you had fun and were safe. And we missed you too. I was right when you came on. I was going to say I haven't seen you in a bit. So really, really great to see you. Okay, where was I? Upwork. Okay, right. Now, current positions. Kamal has this position. Few of us took this position. Nice sideways motion, a lot of consolidation. I like to buy in consolidation. It's building a base. The longer the base, the higher you can build the skyscraper, right? And here we took the trade at basically 1248 back on 6/18/20, higher low V1, 1248. Initially went against us, then had a nice big spurt up, had another nice big spurt up. I believe I got out of half of my position here with this V1 to the downside and other half here when it closed below the previous day's low. But it kept on going, which I'm glad because Kamal and other people had it. It just kept moving up, 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 up. Yesterday, we hit that third ATR channel. You know, 92% of prices tend to fail there. Doesn't mean they have to, but statistically they do, and down a bit today, but still a beautiful trade for Kamal. DDOG, Oh, it's even. Oh, it's up 1 cent. Frank took this at 84.90, moved up nicely initially. Then we had that down week. We did have a nice rally. Is up 1 penny. 1 penny is better than nothing. Well, now it's break even. Break even's better than losing, right? But still a nice trade there. Caterpillar. Pincy had a nice trade on Caterpillar. He bought this higher low V2 here, V1, 124.80. Went right against him the next day, tried to shake him out, and then up, up, down a little, and up nicely. Looks like it may be holding that 200 a day. That would be good. Snap. Frank has had a monster trade on Snap. Bought it back here, I guess, with this breakout, 1875. Just move up and up and up and up and up and a little down and up. And then today it's a little down. It is forming a lower high V2 to the downside right now. Here's the lower high and the V2. That's the same pattern that I shorted Apple intraday on. CRM, Glenn. Glenn had a nice trade on CRM, 185.11. Moved up nicely. Then we had that down week, but it's rallied strong, strong, strong ever since. So beautiful trade there. Beyond Meat, Frank did buy Beyond Meat way down here intraday at 127.08. Went up, had this great news yesterday. Frank was smart enough to sell into that news. He sold half of his position here at 146.50, and it is up 7 cents today. So nice trade there. Dexcom, Glenn's had a really nice trade on Dexcom. Bought it at 375.16 intraday during this consolidation. Moved up nicely, had a down move, and we've picked steam back up again, up 2.81% today. So congratulations there. Frank, I believe, right? Yeah, Frank bought bonds. We all bought bonds back here. A bunch of us did. Under 30, over 30, rejection of the 6 ATR channel, 156.10. It went up nicely, 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 nicely. I got out here with the close below the previous day's low. That's where I exited. Then it went down, and it's rallied and rallied and rallied, and now it is up a little bit today. So nice trade there. MDB, Kamal had this nice false breakout with the V2. Bought this at 201.70, and this thing has just been a monster. Up, 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 down a little bit today. But beautiful trade, Kamal. NTNX. All right. So Kamal bought this false breakout to the downside with the V2 at 22.68. Went up, 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 and up. It just keeps going up about 0.9% today. Glenn with the really great short on NCLH. Beautiful short back here on the 19th of June at 1943, and he nailed it. Nailed it. Just went down, 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 down. Little sideways motion, attempted to rally, but down 2.74% here. Beautiful. Quad Racer did buy SPCE back here on the 30th of June at, I think, 1632 with this false breakout to the downside, V1, and I think 520 crossover. Maybe that happened the next day. It's been up, up, went way up today, but then came back down. Looks like he is just slightly underwater by about 6 cents on the trade. But this is a really bit of a bearish bar here. Back to SPY. Different trade. This was for Frank. He bought the SPY with the bounce off the 200. Bought it here at 302.52. And it is 313.30. So almost 10 points on the SPY for Frank. Beautiful, Frank. See how we rejected the 1 ATR channel? All right, what else do we have? Newmont Mining. Glenn bought Newmont Mining at 58.10. Moved up, 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 up. Beautiful trade. Down just a little bit today, but no big deal. Beautiful trade there. Twitter. Kamal bought Twitter at 29.26. It's moved up nicely. It's up 0.42% today. UAA is another trade by Kamal. False breakout, V2. 983. Right now it's 964. So that one's down just a touch. Brew. Oh, Evan. Beautiful, buddy. Evan bought Brew here with this higher low or false breakout to the downside. V2 bought it at 1539. Kind of didn't do much for a couple of days, but today, bam, up 2%. Nice to see that for Evan. MA Quad Racer bought MasterCard false breakout V1. He bought it the next day, 295.80. It is 303.29, up 0.7%. Very nice. Bit of a bearish bar here, closed below the open. And lastly, Fast. Kamal bought Fast here intraday at 30.85. Was up really nice today earlier, but it has given back a bit, about 2/3, but it is still up 1%. So listen, I don't see any positions on here that are deeply underwater, and I'm so proud of you. That is the key, everybody. Let your profits run, let your flowers grow, your vegetable gardens grow, pull out those weeds. And big losses are weeds. You got to get rid of them. And so I'm so happy to see everybody keeping a hold of their winners, right? But quickly getting rid of their losers. That is the absolute key to profitable trading. All right. So listen, before we go down through the my possible candidates for my end of day trades today, I do like to spend about a few minutes every day, right about the halfway of the podcast, getting away from fundamentals and technicals and charts and all that, and just kind of talk really about what the most important part of trading is, and that's your psychology, keeping a hold of your emotions, being able to stick to your plan. And there's a lot of really good Facebook, Twitter channels out there that post every day, just great simple posts, but they're worth their weight in gold. And this one is from our good friend Stephen Burns. I don't think I see Steve today in the chat, but generally we see him there, which I'm really happy to have him there. It's a big honor and privilege for me to have him there, and I think everyone else is excited about it too. But this is a Facebook post over on New Traders, Rich Traders. This is a really good channel. I mean, serious traders. Tom Basso is in here, of course, Steve, myself. I think Kamal's in there as well. So if you haven't checked this out, if you're on Facebook, check this out. I mean, it is a no frills. It's a serious channel about trading. But Steve posted this. Let's take a look. There are no universal answers that fit all traders and investors. Parameters are dependent on a person's own time frame, return goals, and risk tolerance. So true. There are so many different ways to trade, everyone. My gosh. You could be a scalper. You could be you could trade 1 minute bars. You could trade 39-minute bars. You could trade daily bars. You could trade weekly bars, monthly bars, if you could even imagine trading monthly bars. But, there's no one size fits all in trading, the approach. Some people just have it in their DNA to be trend followers, and that's fantastic. Other people holding for 2 hours would seem like an eternity. So, if you're trading a certain way and it doesn't seem to fit your personality and maybe you're not making money, think about what your natural tendency is for trades. What feels good to you, how long to take a trade. Maybe you're more comfortable just, taking a trend trade and just sitting through a move for a month or longer. Maybe if you can't do that, if just the thought of holding that long, is repulsive to you, maybe go down to a shorter time frame. There's so many different ways to play the market. There's so many different ways to take money out of the market, extract money out of the market, but it does have to be sustainable. It does have to be something that's going to fit you over time. So, do some deep thinking about this. And if you've had challenges with your current trading approach, maybe look for another one. If you have some questions, ask me. I mean, I have my favorite setup. My absolute favorite setup is a false breakout to the downside with the V1 and V2. No doubt about it. Makes the most sense to me, right? But some people like dip buyers. Some people feel more comfortable with a trend trade, like a crossover. Higher low V1, V2s. That's why I try to teach different approaches, because hope maybe one approach will, really resonate. But anyway, there are no universal answers that fit all traders and investors. Parameters are dependent on a person's own time frame, return goals, and risk tolerance. So remember that. And, if you have no idea with how to put together a trading plan or something, ask me. I'd be happy to help. I mean, if you can identify how long you like to hold, how much you want to risk, something like that, just let me know. But thank you, Steve Burns at New Traders, Rich Traders. Oh, there's Steve right there. I didn't see him before. Hey, buddy. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for sharing my post, Greg. You are certainly welcome, Steve. You are certainly welcome. Hope you and the dogs are doing well. Oh my gosh, I went on a walk yesterday with my friend from high school. We were walking along with the dog, not Katie, but her dog. We walked next to this rattlesnake that was monster. It looked like a garden hose, garden hose all coiled up. And I didn't see it. And as I walked past it, she goes, oh my gosh. And I turned around and I looked. She goes, you just walked by this huge rattlesnake, and it was like right on the edge of the trail. Holy smokes. And then she had to pass it. She went way up on the side of the thing, but that was pretty scary. Why did I even bring that up? I can't remember now. Oh, well, interesting story, I guess. Okay. Well, Kamal has been kind enough to share the candidates from his screening software, which is really great because I talk about confluence and combination of indicators. What it does is it scans his list and it adds up all the different indicators that are coming together at the same time, and it gives it a score. Now, this doesn't mean that there's a guaranteed winner. I mean, of course, we all know better than that. There is no such thing as a guaranteed winner. Just earlier, I showed you that trade on Apple. I think it was Apple, where it was a really great setup, but it went against me. I mean, it had so many confluences. It was a great trade. That's why I took it, but it doesn't have to work out. So please, regardless of what I say or what comes out of the scanner, you have to make your own decisions. You have to position size correctly, and just realize there's no guarantee in trading ever. So please be very, very careful. And really the only control you have in trading is how many shares you're going to buy and when you buy it. And honestly, to me, they're both important, but I think how many shares have you bought is always most important. Really, I do. Because if you buy too many shares, it goes against you. It's going to mentally destabilize you. If it goes up and you have tons of shares, you're going to get, emotional to the upside, and then your trading plan goes out the window. You have to find that sweet spot, the right amount of risk and right amount of reward. And I've said this before, but, I always come up with my maximum loss acceptable on a trade. And if I hit that on my emergency stop, then I know I've lost that much, right? And let's just say my average, my acceptable loss on emergency stocks $1,000 a trade. So that should be a very, very, very small percentage of how much capital I have, because if I hit that emergency stop, no fun, right? But I'll go, it's survivable. You know what I mean? And honestly, if you have 2 or 3 or 4 positions, you have to be mentally prepared in your mind that you hit your emergency stop on all your positions. Then, if it was $1,000 per position and I have 4 positions, I better be okay with the thought of losing $4,000 in a day if everything goes to hell, right? If everything goes against me. But I think a lot of people think to themselves, oh yeah, no, I'd be fine with that. But if it really happens, they're devastated. So, if you can come up with your maximum loss per trade across all your trades, and you really, truly, and honestly are okay with that loss, then what else can happen? If you're okay with that combined loss, then things can only, I mean, if you're really okay with it, you don't have to be happy, but if you're really okay with it, you know the worst case scenario, right? Okay, so let's go through and see what's happening. Take a look at Apple here. Wow. Look at this. Let me get rid of all this drama in here. Boy, look at that choppy mess right there. Holy smokes. Look at this huge reversal bar. I wouldn't have taken that because it rejected the 50. And now just boom, 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 down, down. Looks like what are we up? 164, 162 points. Okay, actually before, let me just take a look at my current positions. All right, so of course I'm buying SPY at the close. USO's doing fine, doing great. Merck off of its highs, but did hit the one profit target, and gold, no profit targets, but up, so that's good. Okay. All right, let's go down, take a look. Scanner wise, okay. Costco. I considered buying Costco yesterday. It broke out of this fractal. Did close above the 50. MACD was green. It is up a little bit today, up 0.48%, but this is a pretty bearish bar here. This is called a bearish kangaroo tail. When you open lower, go all the way up and then close back lower. Don't know if it's going to close there, but I certainly would not take this long position today. NTNX, of course, Kamal already has this. He's had a nice trade. This did show up on his scanner. I certainly wouldn't initiate a new trade here with that rejection of the 1 ATR channel and the bearish kangaroo tail as well. So I would not be interested in that. IPGI, I did kind of like this earlier in the day. It's a higher low V2. It was a V2 at one point. We had a nice washout. See, here's this low, but it's higher than this previous low. People that bought here, when it got here, they sold. That's what caused it to come back down. But then here we got a whole new group of buyers, and higher lows let the price move easier to the upside because you don't have to worry about these people selling into you. They already sold here. So, but it looks like it's untriggered the V2, so I would not be interested if it untriggers. SSO, this is a possibility. I'm going to show you the back test here. I am showing you this back test on etfreplay.com. I do have written permission to use this, Google. So this is basically anytime it under the 200 and closes over the 200, gives you the ability to take this approach, and then you'd hold it until it closes under the 200. Let's look at the back test. So this is what this back test is proving or showing. This approach returned 169.1% return. Buy and hold returned more at 219, but the drawdown was much, much less than the buy and hold. You got a little bit more gain, but the cost of a lot more drawdown. So I would consider this based upon this back test with the close over the 200. Let me see in my notes, 128.31. Yes. So 128.31 is the dividing line. I'm not thrilled about taking it with this reversal, but it's a possibility. XLV, this did show up on the scan. I mean, it's moving up nicely. MACD went positive today. Weekly is good. We're right up here at the 1 ATR channel. I just, it doesn't make sense to me from a risk to reward standpoint. This is the kind of thing that just might go cruising up, but I always have to look at risk to reward first. GH, Looks like GH was a good trade back here. Kamal, I remember we talked about this here. Didn't buy it, unfortunately, but I would not initiate it here today, especially with the rejection of the 50. Okay, Merck showed up on the scanner also. I did take this yesterday with this break above the fractal, MACD going positive, under 50, over 50. Did hit one profit target, but I would not, definitely not initiate a new position today. DIA at one point was above the 200, but just so everybody knows, the DIA, long above, out below the 200-day moving average, it does not backtest well. The SSO does backtest well, or I think the DDM is the double leveraged Dow, if I remember correctly. But anyway, it's kind of a moot point here. I wouldn't be buying this now. Alibaba. All right, let's take a look at Alibaba over on the backtest. Here's Alibaba. Let's use the 520 exponential moving average, and let's look at the results. 138.5% outperformed buy and hold of 137.6, but again, the drawdown which much less than buy and hold. So this one does back test well also. I'm not thrilled to buy it with this gap and rejection of the 1 ATR channel. Let's look over here on the weekly. Not overbought on the weekly by any means. I'm considering buying this, but I would only buy a half position. You remember how I only bought a half position on gold, and then I waited for a little bit of a pullback to complete my position. So I am definitely considering buying Alibaba on this crossover. And, it may have a big move up. It may not, but in case it does, I want to be in it at least a little bit. So I'll buy a half a position here. If I get a pullback, then I'll go in the other half of the position like I did with gold. So this one's definitely a possibility. ISRG, looks like we have a 520 crossover here. I don't know how that back tests. Let's take a look, shall we? ISRG. Wow. Doesn't look like it does very well compared to buy and hold, but it still did return 969.5%, but not hardly anywhere close to buy and hold. All right, I'll put that on the potential list. XLU, would not buy this here with the rejection of the 1. J&J, don't really see anything here. CSX, oh, that was the one I got burned on the other day. I like this nice strong close above the 200. I like the 200-day acted as support near the halfway bar, but then it went down and then it went up today. But at this point, it's just lost respect for the 200. Look, it was below and above and below and below, above and below and above and below and above. So it's basically lost respect for that. Down here at the 100-day, it seems like the 100-day held some support, and it did respect it. So if you have a moving average that just it's above and below and above and below, go to the next one down, the one that is being respected. So I'll let this one go. And then Caterpillar, this also popped up. I know who has this. Is it Evan? No, Penske and Company. Okay. But I definitely, would not buy this with the rejection of the 200-day moving average. So to me at the moment, looks like the potentials are SSO, BABA, and possibly ISRG. So before let me check. Well, SPY is definitely coming off of its highs, isn't it? Well, that's good for my overnight trade. USO's fine. Merck's off of its highs, but still fine. And gold. Let me look at Apple here, intraday. Ooh, look at that. Hey, look at this. This is an under 30, over 30 on Apple. You'd have to wait till the bar closes, but look, we're at the negative third ATR channel and the 200-day moving average, the 250-day moving average. It went under 30, over 30. If I wasn't teaching right now, I would wait till the end here, and I would probably buy that. I think it'd give a good risk-reward ratio. Let's look over on the 39-minute, see if there's any support on the 39-minute. Well, we're getting down there to the negative 1 ATR channel, but it's not there yet. But you only have 10 minutes left. Okay. Glenn says, third quarter is worst quarter on average. Watching S&P bouncing 200 points around the 200 SMA 2,800, 3,200 level. Last year, the market bounced between 2,800 and 3,000 from July until October. Yeah, you know, summertime, it's not a great time. Market's a little dull, I think is probably the right word. But yeah, I think that's a good call on there. Oh, look at this. Apple on the 5-minute did not close over the 50. So there you go. Okay, boy, it looks like things might be going negative here on Apple and IWM. All right, I have another account I have to make an adjustment on. Okay. All right, so let me take a look here. Well, SSO at the moment is definitely out for me. Let's look over on the weekly. Weekly, it's holding this higher range, MACD positive, still over the 50 RSI. But I'm not even going to consider buying this if it doesn't close over the 200. And even if it does close over the 200, I'm a little concerned about it because of the rejection of this high over here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to let that one go for the very fact that I have the overnight SPY trade, and SPY trade is just this. This is just double leverage. BABA, okay. Well, the crossover still looks in place. See, this is a much better bar. Look at SSO. SSO closes below the open and below the 200. Alibaba, we're off the high, but the close is still above the open. So it's just much stronger. And then Intuitive Surgical, it's a bit of a bearish bar. So it looks to me like Steve says, I am buying BABA today on the 520 crossover. Well, good. There we go. I'm in good company. I'm glad we agreed on the same thing, Steve. VIX bounced off the 200-day. Oh, let's take a look. Yes, it did. Thank you, Steve. Look at that. See how VIX, it was way up. It's come down, but like so many other things, look what happened last time it was at the 200-day moving average. Doesn't mean it's going to do it this time, but good point. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for letting me know about Alibaba. That's my favorite one also. Okay, I'll tell you what. I am going to do that. We have 4 minutes left. I'm going to get Alibaba queued up. Oh man, now what did I do? Oof, good. Huh. Remember I just said make sure you double check? I almost put Boeing in there instead of Alibaba. That'd have been good, huh? So again, I'm buying half of my normal position here. Let's take a look intraday and see what it looks like. Well, definitely glad buying it here and not 10, 15, 20 minutes ago. SPY, that's on autopilot. We'll buy that. SPY or USO, it's fine. Merck, well off of its highs, but glad I hit that profit target up there. And gold. Oh, Apple went negative. Holy smokes. Wow. IWM is negative. I guess people are selling into the long weekend. I can't say I blame them. You never know, you know. Well, look, we're down here at the negative third ATR channels. We bounced off. I'll buy BABA right now. Okay. And that is that. So I don't think I have anything else to do, right? I don't have to do anything with my other positions. Nope. 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 Ooh, nice down day today for Glenn on Norwegian. And remember, Alibaba, I'm only buying half position. If it comes back and backfills a little bit, but the 5's still over the 20, then, you know, I can go with my second half, maybe a lower price. If it doesn't, keeps roaring up, well, I'm glad I bought half, right? I bought this one a little early because I like the area that it was in on the intraday chart. Doesn't mean it's going to hold, but okay, let's see. Steve says DIA failed at the 200. Frank says I will take half position on BABA as well. Yeah, it's it's such an extended bar. Frank says Woody Allen once said, "I'm not afraid of dying. I just don't want to be there when it happens." I agree. I think I remember that movie. I can't remember what it is. But I definitely remember him saying that. That's classic. Well, looks like Alibaba did bounce there. Apple and IWM went back green. Boy, pretty big give back. Apple was up, what, almost $4? Now it's up 20 cents. Closing in 1 minute. Yeah, big reversal. Go Alibaba, go. Go, go, go. Come on now, turn blue at least. Green would be better. Ooh, rallying with Apple there at the last minute. About 10 seconds. Okay. So let me see. All right. There we go. That's the end of the week. So, listen, now that the market's closed, let's do a couple things. One, if you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any updates to your current positions, if you have any subtractions, if you want to take something off the board, if you took new positions, want to put something on the board, please let me know. I'll get that all taken care of and looking good. Before I do that, real quick, just my daily plug, and just want to let everybody know that I do offer private one-on-one coaching and teaching lessons for trading. I do enjoy trading. I've had really good success with my clients. I do my very best to teach you in this course that I have everything that I've learned over the last 24 years as a full-time trader, everything I've learned from my wonderful, great, fantastic coaches like Steve Burns, Dr. Alexander Elder, Carrie Lavorne, and Larry Williams, whom I've studied with all four of these gentlemen one-on-one. And so the course that I teach you everything that I've learned from these four people that I just told you about, and everything I've discovered over my 24 years. And it's a real complete course. I mean, I teach you all my different trading methods. We talk a lot about trader psychology, position sizing, profit targets, emergency stops, phase out targets, intermediate term profit targets, false breakouts, V1s, V2s. And, you know, I don't teach anything different in here in the live stream than I do in the one-on-one, but one-on-one, it's one-on-one, right? It's a difference. I think that's the best way to learn. So, you know, I think if you took the course, you'd be very happy you did. It is $1,000. I try to make it affordable. And, you know, I always want to be able to charge less and deliver more. That's always been my business philosophy. So I think you are going to get a lot more than $1,000 worth if you decide to take the class. So if you're interested, you've been thinking about it, please reach out to me. You can contact me via email. Emails in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter at Gossett Trading on Twitter. And if you do contact me, I'll say, hey, let's set up a Skype call. Let's talk. I want to learn more about you and your trading and your challenges and your goals. And it's a really good time for you to ask questions, you know, specifically about the course or me. And I do want to point out, this is not a sales call. I will never ask you on that call, hey, you want to take the course? Yes or no? I promise I don't do that. I just say, hey, good talking to you. Think about it. You know, if you decide that you want to take the course, you have my contact information. You can just let me know. So don't think it's a sales call. Because I don't like when people do that to me, so I don't do that to other people. And then lastly, if you could hit the thumbs up button today, I would really appreciate it. Helps build the channel, lets YouTube, Google know that there's some valuable content here, and it only takes a half a second. So if you did enjoy it today, I really would appreciate it. Okay, so let's go to the chat and see what's happening. Frank says, I will take half a position. Oh, I guess I better figure out where I bought stuff today, right? Let's see. So I bought SPY at 312.23, and I bought a half a position of BABA at 223.39. Apple close unchanged. Can you imagine that? All this up and down to close exactly unchanged. All right. Alibaba and Oh, that's it. Okay. So, SPY, I got filled at 312.23. Okay, that's the new overnighter, or over weekender, I should say. And then Alibaba, I got filled at 223.39. Okay, good. Well, that one I got a little early, so that's good. So the lineup at the moment is USO on the weekly, Merck on the daily, gold on the daily with the 520 cross, Alibaba, the new position with the 520 crossover, the under 50 over 50, half a position, and then the SPY got the new overnight SPY trade there. So that's me. I'm all caught up. Boy, what a nice, great day today this was. Holy smokes. Okay, now let's go to the chat and see what updates are. Quad says, I'm in Baba. Okay. So I think Frank's in Baba also. So I know Frank's there. And Quad's there. Quad Racer. You got out of space. Okay, look. Looks like it was just a small loss, but bad price action there. Perfect. Proud of you. Proud of you. And then over on MA. Yeah, reversal bar there, but that was definitely a profitable trade. So fantastic, Quad. Okay, that takes care of Quad. Both trades were profitable. Yep, that is true. Sold Upwork. All right, so beautiful trade, but look, bearish engulfing bar to the downside. V1 couldn't get above the third ATR channel. I mean, Kamal, how much did you make on this trade? 12.78%. Fantastic. I think, you know, I think that's a good move there. So Upwork is done for close below previous day's low. Sold MDB. Close below 5 EMA. Okay. Nice trade, Kamal. Beautiful trade on MDB. Sold Twitter. Rejection of the 50 SMA. Yes, but really nice trade. I mean, let's get a little percentage on this and see. 5.2%. That's a small gain for Kamal. Sold NTNX. Faults break out to the upside. Yes, from over there and a V1. I don't blame you. Locked in some profits. That's nice. And FAS. That was, dang, I saw that this morning. I was like, nice going, Kamal, but it did reverse up. But look, still 2.41% for Kamal. But yeah, I mean, it was a bearish close, right? I mean, it was really a bearish close. All right, got that taken care of. Keeping UAA. Okay, I still have UAA here. Oh, and Twitter. Got rid of that. Okay. Held a 50 SMA. Yes, it did. Karen is in Alibaba. And Steve Burns is in Alibaba. Okay. Okay. So SPY's up 55 cents after hours. Alibaba's up 21 cents. That's all good. Pincy, hey, what's going on, my friend? Glad to see Caterpillar was up for you today. Okay, we got that there. Frank says, I would love to see some of these big names split their stocks. It ties up a lot of capital. Oh, interesting. Yeah, you don't hear a lot about stock splits lately, do you? I don't know if you remember back in the 90s, hey, GE's going to split or whatever's going to split. For some reason, people would buy that all up. Stock splitting doesn't mean anything, right? It doesn't mean anything. Everything is still the same. But for some reason, people look at it as a positive. It just makes it more affordable for more people to buy. I imagine that's probably the mechanism behind that. All right, so we have pared down. We have pared down quite a bit on the board. Glad to see that. Glad to see everyone locking in a little bit of profits. So SPY, Frank still doing great on the SPY. Glenn, profitable on NEM. DDOG, profitable. Caterpillar for Pinsky. Snap, profitable for Frank. CRM, profitable for Glenn. Beyond Meat, profitable for Frank. Dexcom, profitable for Glenn. TLT, profitable for Frank. NTNX, wait a minute. Yeah, we don't have NTNX anymore, but that was profitable. Brew, great day for Evan. Look at that. NCLH, profitable to the short side for Glenn, and UAA, just a little unprofitable. So look, every single trade that's up here that your holding's profitable. That's the way to do it. Good job, everybody. If I saw a bunch of trades up here with massive losses, not so good. But you've been getting rid of those weeds quick, just getting on, looking for a new setup. And I guess mine are all profitable too, right? Oil's profitable, Merck's profitable, gold's profitable, Alibaba just took that today, but it is profitable. And SPY, overnight trade. So that's good trading right there, everybody. I'm very proud of you. Evan says, if your viewers are anything like the rest of the market, BABA is popular buy today. Yeah, it was really strong today. 3.57%. I mean, that's pretty strong, but There's a lot of other ways to buy BABA. I mean, I guess technically you could have, there's not really a clear signal here, honestly, down here, other than sideways motion. But yeah, I mean, look, it gapped over all these moving averages. The key is whether or not it's going to be able to hold the gap. That's the key. The low of the day today. See how it gapped yesterday to here? Here's the low. That would be a proper stop there also, with just a close below the low of the gap up day. If you want to make your risk to reward a little bit better, it didn't go off the 520, but I mean, I'm using the 520 for the entry, but a close below the gap up day, that is bearish, so that is something. So it's a real fine line next week, buying my second half of the position, but where to buy it. It's hard to say. Halfway is where I'd like to buy it. A test of this low would be another place to buy it. Kamal says, have a good long weekend. Happy hiking and high school buddies. Yes, thank you, Kamal. Appreciate it, my friend. Thank you for your scanner. Boy, I'll tell you what, lately without Kamal's scanner, I would have not had many candidates to even look at. I guess Alibaba I would have. But many thanks to Kamal for all the work that he's put into that. And that's not some schlocky deal, man. That counts up all the different confluences on multiple time frames. It takes away points for negative things that have happened and it aggregates it into one number. I mean, it's unbelievable. So thank you, Kamal. Frank says, I was struggling with the idea of only holding SPY for a 4th of July trade, but opted to stay in. Well, listen, you have a nice cushion, right, Frank? You have a nice cushion on SPY. I mean, not a great looking bar today, but you do have cushion, right? Remember the old saying, be hopeful when you're in the when you have a positive trade, and be fearful when you have a negative trade. So, I'm always fearful when I have a negative trade. Like, that's just part of me now. Like, man, I have a loss. It could get worse. I don't think to myself, I have a loss and it'll come back. I never think that. All right. Any other comments, questions, jokes, riddles, poems? The floor is open. Wow, SPY's up 64 cents after hours. That's good. BABA's up 22. Frank says, do you have to wear a brace on the arm? No, I don't. For my shoulder, you mean? No, I have not had to do that. Been doing my little physical therapy exercises every day. So that's good. I would say it feels better for sure. Thanks for asking, Frank. Karen says, thank you, Greg. Have a wonderful 4th of July, everyone. See you Monday. Yes, thank you, Karen. Look forward to speaking with you again with our lessons. Hope you have a nice 4th of July and are safe and have a really good time. All right. Well, listen, just 2 things to let you off with. Please go out and do something nice for somebody today. Just a smile, a hello, be pleasant, listen to their story, right? We need a lot more of that in this world, of just being nice and polite to each other. And number two, again, if you could hit the thumbs up button, I would really appreciate that. Zach says, have a great 4th of July, Greg, and everyone stay safe. Chat with y'all next week. Okay, yeah, please have a great 4th of July weekend. Have some fun, eat some food, whatever you do for fun, but please be safe. And do a little chart study over the long weekend. Take a look at some charts, see if you can come up with some patterns. See if you can come up with something that you can identify. All right, I'm going to go for a big hike today, way up in the mountains. So far up, there's not even cell phone reception where I'm going. So that should be interesting. All right. I think that's it, unless anybody has any questions. So, all right. Listen, thanks again for coming. And I look forward to seeing everybody on Monday, not tomorrow, because it's a holiday. So see everybody on Monday. So thanks, Pince. Appreciate it. All right. That's a wrap. Have fun. Be safe. Be good. And hope to see you on Monday. Dan says, he who goes forth with the 5th may not go forth on the 5th. Oh, geez. He who goes forth on the 5th may not go forth on the 5th. Okay, I'm going to have to think that one through a little bit before I can say I get it, because I don't quite get it yet. But I'm a little tired from doing the podcast. Anyway, thanks for that, Dan. Okay, take care, everyone. Talk to you next Monday. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.